So I wanted to compare charging at a 150 kilowatt Tesla Supercharger versus the new 250 kilowatt Superchargers. So I went to both and tried to start with about the same level of battery left and then let it charge, and here you can see how it compares. So this is the 150 kilowatt charging station, and you'll see that once it starts up, it gets to just under 150 kilowatts, starting here at 51 miles left of charge, and we'll now compare it to the 250 charging station. So here we have the 150 kilowatt charging station on the left and the 250 on the right. The 150 can charge when it first starts out at about 610 miles per hour. The 250 kilowatt charging station can charge over 1,000 miles per hour. I tried to start them both with about 60 miles of charge left. Now here at the 10-minute mark, you can see I've got a little bit more charge, about 22 miles more at the 250 kilowatt charging station. So I graphed out the charging rates of various 150 versus 250 kilowatt superchargers. So I averaged out the charging times, and you can see it's roughly 2 minutes faster to get 50 miles of charge at a 250 kilowatt versus a 150 kilowatt supercharger. 3.5 minutes faster to get 100 miles, almost 6 minutes faster to get 150 miles, and almost 7.5 minutes faster to get 200 miles of charge. Welcome to Tesla Life. If you like this video, please subscribe and share the video with your friends. And I would appreciate it if you'd press that little like button. If you're thinking of buying a Tesla, please use my referral code Nicholas4590. Here are the various 150 and 250 kilowatt superchargers that I stopped at and how I gathered the information. So I just came to a Tesla Supercharger that is rated at 150 kilowatts, and this is what happens when I first plugged it in. It's going to 600 miles per hour of charging, 141 kilowatt, and we can see that this charging station is rated at 150. So we will watch this charge. So I recorded the charging every few minutes. So here are the results. I added 185 miles in 27 minutes. I graphed out the miles of charge added and also the miles of battery range. So this one started at 50 miles. So I'm at a 150 kilowatt supercharger with 51 miles left. Let's charge it up and see how fast it charges. There's nobody else here at the supercharger. Let's plug it on in. And see how fast it can charge. It says starting charge. Takes a few seconds for it to get going. By the way, did not say, maybe because the battery is very low, but it did not say anything about preparing the battery for charging on my way here. So it went over 1,000 miles per hour at the 250 kilowatt supercharger. This looks like it's going up to only about 600 miles per hour. Yeah, so 150 kilowatt is the max, and it looks like it maxes out at like 142 here. And we'll see how far it charges. I'll show you the screenshot every 5 minutes. So this is 10 minutes in. By the way, the 5 minutes is because I wanted to go to another supercharger, and so that's the 5 minutes it needs to charge enough to be able to make it to this second supercharger. So if I cancel that and then just say go home, it will probably give me the time 30 minutes to fully charge. So we'll keep an eye on it. So I recorded the charging every few minutes. Here are the results. I added 225 miles in 36 minutes. Here's the miles of charge added, graphed out, and also from the starting of 50 miles of charge. Then if I compare it to the previous Supercharger at 150, they're very similar, but this was a little faster. Hey, so I'm at a Supercharger, and I only have 72 miles left, and I wanted to show you the charging and how fast it charges. So here we go. So here is my current situation, 72 miles left. I put in the destination in the nav, and it preheated, I think, the batteries, or prepped them for charging. So I believe that will help charge as fast as possible. I have my limit set to daily usage. You know what, maybe I'll go, for this video, we'll do a full charge, just to show you what it'll take and how long this will take. So let's plug it in and see how it goes. So I'm here by myself, no other people charging. There was a Model 3 here just a minute ago. Take this one. Cable's very, very thick. Plug it in. So we started at 147. And you can see the kilowatts really increasing. And the miles per hour. So it slowly increases, and let's see what it maxes out at. 128 kilowatt. Yeah, 128. So it'll stay at this rate for a certain period, and then slowly go down over time as it charges. Might have peaked already. We've charged 7 miles, 8 miles so far. It's 8 miles of charge, 9 miles of charge. So it looks like our max might be 550 something, and 128, 129. This is the time remaining, which is 55 minutes to do a full charge. We'll see if that's pretty accurate. We started at 147. And I believe we're going down. So we're starting to go down, and it'll just slowly go down in how fast it can charge over the time period. So you get your first 50 miles. We'll see how long that takes, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you just need 50 miles to get home, or 50 miles to get wherever you're trying to get to, your charge time can be pretty quick. Okay, I'll take pictures along the way. So I took images again every few minutes, and I let this go all the way to full charge. And so you'll see that near the end here, it really doesn't add much every 5 minutes or so. So you'll see in the graphs coming up also how it really slows down at the end. So it finally finished. The ending was very slow, but $15.73 to do a full charge, or charge from 71 miles, almost a full charge. Here are the results, lots of data, and in the graph you'll see how it really doesn't add much in the last 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And compared to others, it starts out pretty similar, but it is actually the worst charging. I don't know what was wrong with this 150 supercharger. So I just charged my Tesla at a supercharger to the full 320 miles. And when I pulled out and started driving, I noticed no deceleration or regenerative braking. And I looked at the temperature. I thought it was, maybe too cold out, which causes that. But clearly, when you fill your battery up, there's no place to put the charge. So be very careful when you charge your car. When you go to start driving, it's definitely a different feeling. So just wanted to warn y'all. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, so I'm at one of the new superchargers that is rated for 250 miles of 250 kilowatts. I think I can find it here, how it's labeled. Yeah, 250 kilowatt max. And so quickly went up to like 216 or so kilowatts, 900 and some miles per hour, which is fast. I think it's the fastest I've seen. It's I started at 520 or 519 with about 61 miles of charge. Already have gotten 30 miles. So I've gotten 31 miles in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It's pretty impressive. It's always you charge as fast when you're really low. So I came in pretty low, and it's charging nice and fast. It'll slow down as we go. You can see it's already under 900 miles per hour of charge. I'll check in, let you see how it's going. So this is the charging station. It doesn't look very much different. Maybe those boxes are a little bigger because there's more power coming through these. I do hear some noise like a fan. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's sort of like a noise coming out of the charging station. Yeah, they all have a little hum to them. So this is one of the new charging stations at Wawa. So you can get gas or electricity here. Pretty cool. Gonna get something to eat. So I got 157 miles of charge so far, 158, and it's 5:34, and it is down to 385 miles per hour charging. So it's definitely slowing down. But got like 160 miles of charge in just 15 minutes or so. It's great. So I'm 20 minutes in, and I've gotten 188, almost 190 miles of charge, which is pretty cool. Very fast. This new Supercharger's great. Just finished. Got 231 miles in looks like 33 minutes. So definitely counted down to a slow charge near the end, but $22.04. But thanks to all my referrals, I've got free supercharging for a little while. I think I have about 10,000 miles of free supercharging. So that's the new Supercharger. Quite fast. So here are the results, and I graphed them out. It's hard to tell from here, but when we look at it compared to the 150 superchargers right here, you'll see the yellow line is definitely to the left of all the 150 superchargers. So it is faster. Hey, just got to a supercharger. It's a Wawa supercharger. Here's the charging stations. And I just plugged in. It started out at over 1,000 miles per hour charging. Already got 16 or 17 miles of charge, I came in under 60 miles of charge left, and it's a 250 kilowatt charging station, so it's charging very rapidly initially. I'll keep showing you as it goes. So got 123 miles in just a few minutes. Okay, 20 minutes of charging has given me 175 miles of charge, which is pretty impressive. So this 250 kilowatt charging station is much faster. And I think I'll just stop here. Got plenty of charge to get home. Thanks, everyone. Here are the results for this 250 Supercharger. You can see it graphed out by miles added and from the starting point. And then again, this is the dark blue line. It is left of the 150 Superchargers again. So it is close, but it is left. So I just got to a 250 kilowatt charging station. It's a new Wawa charging station. And I've got 48 miles left. It's 7:01. So let's plug it in. This is a brand new charging station. Let's see how fast it charges. So I believe it should go over 1,000 miles per hour here. And it looks like it's going to. Okay, 7:02. It looks like we started 7:01, 7:02. So we'll keep an eye on it, see how fast. We've got total of 4 cars being charged here. We'll see if that has any effect. So I captured a little bit more data at this 250 kilowatt supercharging station and let it charge for a little longer. So you'll see in the results coming up that it's a little bit more detailed. So here are the results, and we're getting about a 6.4 cents charge. Here's mapped out of the miles added, and then also starting at about 50 miles of range going up. But you can see here, it is the green line. It is a little closer to the 150s, actually. So I'm at a 250 kilowatt supercharger, and there are no other cars here. So let's see how fast it charges.
Be quarantined in a safe way.
So it's gone up to 250 exactly kilowatts, 170 miles per hour of charge. Already got 4 miles. Started at 5:15, 5:16 it looks like. And let's see how fast it goes. Just got one other Model 3 show up. So there's going to be 2 of us here. I'm basically curious whether the number of Teslas at the charging station affects your charging speed. He hasn't plugged in yet. Okay, I think he's going to plug in now. So let's see if anything happens after he plugs in. We were at about 800 miles per hour. It's dropping a little. Can't tell if it's dropping substantially. So we're 5 minutes in now. So this 250 kilowatt actually charged the fastest of all the charging stations I went to. Here's the raw data, and you'll see the graphs. But when we compare it to the 150s, this charging station, which is the dark blue line there, is the furthest one on the left, and it is definitely the fastest. Here's the last 250 kilowatt supercharger that I went Went from 57 miles of range to 281 miles of range. Here are the results of this supercharger and the graphs. This supercharger turned out, when we compare it to the others, to be very similar. It is the dark red to a lot of, probably one of the lower 250s. If we get rid of the big charge entry, that gray one, you can see a little bit more separation of the 250s versus the 150s in these charts. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe on the top left and share the video with your friends. My other Model 3 videos are here in the middle. If you want 1,000 miles of free supercharging, please use my referral code listed on the bottom. My Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts are on the right. And check out my new channel, Pickleball is Life. It's a great game, and subscribe on the bottom left. Take care.